WTP SPORTS Dudes in the house on this Thursday evening. How you doing? Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channels. Me, I go by Post Game, and I got some very special guests with me in the building tonight. One, Take Zay. How you feeling, homie?
I'm good, man. Y'all know it's no mistakes, no retakes. That's all it takes is one take. Zaya, we got the crew in the building, man. What's up with y'all?
Yes, yep. There you go, right
Chilling.
there, right there. I got another special guest, my man. They say we have great chemistry on camera. My man, SEC Shine. What's going on tonight, homie?
Nothing, brother. Nothing. Just hopping on another night. I don't know if we have good chemistry post or if we just think too damn much alike.
Either or.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Same.
I'll take it. And last but not least, we got the man, Level Up Sports 10, Joe Moss. How you feeling this evening, homie?
Feeling pretty good, man. Feeling pretty good. Can't complain. Man, it's just good to see everybody in here. I was excited when you talked about the draft 1.0. It's exciting to get the NFL talk and just good to see everybody, man. Zay up there chilling, post game, SEC Sean. Looked like he got the Christmas tree up above his head, maybe a mistletoe. But nah, it's just good to see everybody as well, man, for sure.
SEC Shine, you got the mistletoe?
Now my phone slipped over and he was looking up at my wife's flowers from Valentine's Day.
Oh man, that's a great thing. Hey, that's a good looking set as well. It looked like a mistletoe. So if anything, not to interrupt, if she comes over, got to make sure you give her some love because it looks like a mistletoe to me. SEC Sean.
She locked up playing the PS5 right now. So
For sure, man. That's all.
Well, all right, fellas, let's give the people what they want. We doing our first annual pre-NFL Combine mock draft. So we gonna get started without further ado. So who wants to go first? We'll go 2 picks at a time, back to back. First, second pick, third, fourth pick, fifth, sixth pick, so on and so forth.
I like it. I might as well say, all right, why not?
All right, Moss, you on the clock. The Oakland Raiders on the clock. They need a quarterback. They need a wide receiver. They need a guard, tackle, defensive lineman, linebacker, corner.
They really need everything, in the book as well. I know everybody really think that Oakland is going, of course, pick Mendoza being the top pick. For me, it's quite a few out there. You could go offensively, you could go defensively, as you see Bain, as you see Reese. You see quite the selection up there on this chart. And if you think about Oakland, they've done things like draft the Khalil Mack and change things around. And let's not forget, I believe they have Geno Smith. We know who they have at running back as well.
Moss,
So for me,
don't do it.
for me, you know me, man. I'm Moss,
Don't,
and I be
do
doing
it.
the wildest.
Don't you dare do it.
How much more time?
The whole entire universe know Fernando Mendoza is the first pick, bro.
They got Geno Smith in Oakland, correct?
Yep.
I'm basing. You got to think. We've done a lot of talk about this. And the way I felt about Mendoza going into that next year. You got to think. You got a quarterback in Geno Smith. Where does organizations change when it comes to drafts? I know quarterbacks can change a franchise, but when you have a decent defensive gem out there, it's hard to pass up on. Look at all these defensive gems you have, not to mention you have wide receiver, Cardinal Tate out there. You have quite a few. Not to mention, he's not the only quarterback out there. People might be mad at me for my pick, but for me, with the number 1 pick in the NFL draft, for my combine here at WTP Sports Dudes, I'm going to go ahead and give the Raiders Fernando Mendoza with the number 1 pick.
You funny, bro.
Honestly, me personally, man, I really wanted to change the game. I know what I've said about Mendoza, and I'm saying I'm giving them this pick based on what people say. I wanted to honestly go defensively with Ruben Bain or Arvell Reese. When Oakland got a defensive player, it changed the game, but they have a great running game, as we've seen what they could do, and he's only a rookie. And Geno Smith, I mean, he's just a journeyman. He keeps getting traded around, and you just don't know what could happen. They might be able to find something in the offseason and the free agency. So we're going to give him for Nando Mendoza. We'll just leave it at that.
SEC Sean, the New York Jets are on the clock. They need a quarterback, wide receiver, defensive lineman, linebacker, and corner. The best available players are Ruben Bain, Arvell Reese, David Bailey, Caleb Downs, Jeremiah Love, Carnell Tate. With the second pick in the NFL draft, who are the Jets taking, my man?
You on mute.
I guess you could go numerous different ways, but it's better if you're not on mute to explain that. So, to me, I'm going defense here, and I'm going to go with what I consider to be one of, if not the best linebackers on the market. I'm going out of Ohio State and taking Arvell Reese.
Arvell Reese is off the board with the second pick. With the third pick, one take Zay, the Arizona Cardinals on the clock. Best player available being Ruben Bain, David Bailey, Caleb Downs, Jeremiah Love, Cardell Tate, Sonny Styles, Mekhi Leonard, and so on and so forth. With the third pick in this draft, with them needing a quarterback, running back, guard, and tackle being their needs, who you taking with the third pick?
Bit of a tough decision right here, but I'm actually going to go offensive line and Francis. I don't want to jack his last name up out of Miami. Francis out of Miami. Let's go with Francis. Get that line solidified.
My
It's
boy,
on the board with the third pick.
big boy. Hey, that's crazy. Hillman Campbell, them 2 offensive tackles we picked in the top 4 the last couple of years in the mock draft.
It's hard to find good linemen, bro.
That dude's a monster.
Yeah.
So with the first 3 picks, we got the Raiders taking Fernando. We got the Jets taking Arvell Reese, and the Cardinals taking Francis M. So with the 4th pick, the Tennessee Titans are on the clock. They need just about everything. With Brian Davo being the offensive coordinator, I know they need edge. I know they need this and that, but I'm going to give the young wide receiver or the young quarterback his future number 1. And I'm going to take Carnell Tate with the 4th pick in the NFL draft.
Ooh. This is getting juicy. This is getting
Mossberg,
juicy.
you back on the clock, brother. The New York Giants with the 5th pick. They need wide receiver, guard, tackle, corner. Who they taking with the 5th overall pick, bro?
Wide receiver, a guard, a tackle, and a corner. If you scroll back up that screen, it's a wide receiver that we just passed. That boy bad. That boy is good. And I'm going to take him to go with my water any day, and that's Lemon. They call him Mekhi out of USC. I'm going to give Lemon, and that's another weapon for Dart to throw to along with Neighbors. Lemon and Neighbors could be neighbors coming in the next year if they get together in New York. I'm just saying, if you think of a young receiving core tandem that's building, I think Malik Neighbors coming back from injury, I think he'll be a special talent. It'll take him a little to get things going, but I think if you draft a Mekhi Lemon to get that experience and learning aspect from a Malik Neighbors to be able to bolster that weight room to understand things in that first year of the NFL, I think that could be something special that we talk about in years to come. I'm giving Mekhi Lemon a Jackson Dart. They got Scatterboo. Why not flood that offense? We know what the defense could be. We know what money they working with, and we know how good the free agency can be as well. So I'm giving him Mekhi Lemon at USC.
Interesting. 2 wide receivers off the board in the first 5 picks. SEC shine. The Cleveland Brownies on the clock.
Well, Cleveland needs Cleveland's defense is good. Their offense needs some help, but we're not going to the offensive side right here. I've seen listed that I've seen it, that there's people saying they still need a quarterback. My problem is you took 2 last year. You need to let somebody try to develop.
Yep.
So I'm going to go stack that defense even better.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to stay with a kid from Ohio State, and we're going to send Sonny Styles to Cleveland.
Oh,
Sonny Styles. Okay.
I like the kid because he's a linebacker. He's a safety. He's a linebacker in a safety's body. The kid can play safety too, so you can put him on a tight end, and he can cover it.
Yep.
So we're gonna stack the defense in Cleveland.
Interesting, fellas. One take Zay. The Washington Commanders on the board, my man. What direction they going? You on mute.
Sorry about that. The best 2 players available are edges on the board. I do think that Washington could use an edge. That is a need of theirs. And this may be a surprise, but I'm actually going Bailey. Bailey has extreme explosiveness off the ball. Something that I think that the scouts are really in love with. I think teams will fall in love. They like to say that Roomba Bang got short arms, and he doesn't do one thing at an elite level. But when you look at Bailey, it's identified that he is very explosive off the ball. So I think they actually go Bailey right here if he's available.
Yes, sir. I mean, that's not a bad pick at all whatsoever. So I got the New Orleans Saints, and I mean, I think a couple of wide receivers went that they probably would draft. So I'm going to go down to the tackle position, and I'm going to give New Orleans. I know they want to score a lot of points with their head coach being an offensive guy. Their quarterback, Tyler Shuck, seems to be emerging, so I'm going to give him some protection. I know they need a guard, but I'm going to give him a tackle. Maybe he can kick in the guard, or another tackle can kick in the guard. I'm going to give him Spencer Fano from Utah.
That's a great pick.
Moss, the Kansas City Chiefs at 9 are on the board. Where they going?
Kansas City Chiefs, man. We appreciate Brevin Jackson, 8112 Jet Life. What's good with you, bro? And here, and Official Doe, Little Big Bro as well. We appreciate y'all in the comments and tuning in. The Kansas City Chiefs, what all do they need? Post watching the Chiefs, I want to say defense would be something crazy that they would get. And if you really think about things, Kansas City always a team that really dive into something different, because I see your boy is right at the top of the list. You think of the defense that Kansas City has, who's going to help Jones, but then you see Caleb Downs sitting right there. And we talk about Caleb Downs. So, knowing Kansas City need work in the secondary, I say Caleb Downs goes into Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes gets healthy and could possibly make that defense a different defense at Arrowhead. So I'm taking Caleb Downs to Kansas City to make it a different defense next year as they progress with Mahomes and his health.
Hey, that's an excellent pick. This may very well end up being the best defensive player in this class. So excellent get for the Kansas City Chiefs. SEC shine. The Bengals at 10. Woo! Where they going, homie?
Where aren't they going? I mean, you got a generational quarterback who you can't keep healthy. You got a defense that I'm not even sure I'd call it a defense at this point. You're probably going to lose Trey Hendrickson if you don't re-sign him. So you're looking for an edge. You're also looking at cornerback. That whole secondary needs help.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I got a couple different ways I could go. I really liked Mesidor out of Miami, but I don't think they're going to go that route. I think they're going to take a cornerback, and I actually think they're going to channel the pipeline straight to LSU.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Pick up Mansour Delane.
I'm glad you mentioned that, man. I'm excited with that pick. Being a Bengals fan, I just think that's a great fit for our defense. Yes, sir. And SEC Sean, I think we're gonna get some tickets, man. Shout out to everybody out there on the podcast that tuned in. That's a Bengals fan. Me and SEC Sean need some tickets, but we definitely gonna be going to a game this season. So definitely look forward to seeing us there, and we're gonna have that LSU. Guy, hopefully in that Bengals uniform as well. Great pick.
This is the one time Zay ain't told me my hat's ugly yet either. So
interesting. Interesting picks. We're 10 picks in. Ruben Bain, Jeremiah Love still on the board. Let's recap the top 10 real fast. So 1, of course, we're not going to spend a lot of time on that. Fernando Mendoza. Number 2, the Jets get Arvell Reese at 3. Francis M. for the Arizona Cardinals. At 4, the Titans take Carnell Tate. At 5, the Giants take Mekhi Lemon. 6, the Browns take Sonny Styles out of Ohio State. The Commanders at 7 went with David Bailey. The Saints at 8 went with Spencer Fano. The Chiefs at 9 went with Caleb Downs. And at 10, the Bengals go Mansour Delane. Miami Dolphins on the clock at 11. They need a QB, wide receiver, guard, corner, just about everything. 1, Tate Zay. Where are the Dolphins going, homie?
Giving a lot of thought to this. I just think you got to take the best available player on the board, which probably be Bang right here. So I'm taking Bang right here with my choice.
You know what? They just cut their defensive end, right? They just cut somebody. I forget his name. Bradley Chubb. They just cut Bradley Chubb, so that's a heck of a pick. At 12, wow. You know what, fellas? I had a few Dallas Cowboy fans that I know holla at me and tell me through text that they wanted to see Jeremiah Love make it to Dallas at 12. And that's what's going to happen right now. They're going to get their running back. Jeremiah Love, Notre Dame, Dallas Cowboys at 12. Explosive playmaker, versatile running back, excellent pick. Right,
man, that's a scary offense right there, I'll tell you.
Yeah, bro. If you think about that, like that gives you flat. Think of the last time Dallas had a young core like they do in these positions in their prime. Like, I think we starting to see with them having that quarterback and Prescott. I know I don't speak too highly of, Prescott being this great quarterback, but I think I've seen a difference in them with that offense now, if you give them a love, man, there's going to be a lot of love in Dallas this coming season, man. With that pick, I think it could possibly happen differently for them, man.
Prescott just got to stay healthy.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's one thing for sure. I totally agree with that.
Yes, sir. If you on the chat, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps us out tremendously. Get this great content out to as many people as possible. So do that favor for us and smash that like button. Moss, the LA
Yes,
Rams on the clock. The team needs our quarterback, tackle, and corner. Where they going, homie?
Cornerback, tackle, and
QB, corner, and tackle.
It's not really a heavy, like, to me, I don't think it's really a heavy drive, and having a backing up a Stafford. That's tough. Can you pop up the best available for me?
The best available is cornerback Jermon McCoy from Tennessee, Peter Woods, defensive lineman from Clemson, and Jordan Tyson, wide receiver, Arizona State.
And they got Nakula, they got Adams, Jordan Tyson. I think. I mean, when you think about McCoy in Tennessee, he's definitely played well. He has the height. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the best available.
Now, before you make your pick, just in case you're wondering,
hold on, Ty Simpson.
The best available quarterbacks are Simpson, Nussmeier, and Beck. Just in case.
You know what? When you talk about Stafford and a quarterback to learn behind, Ty Simpson, welcome to LA. Give me Ty Simpson out of Alabama. My bad, McCoy. No disrespect, but I've watched Ty Simpson closely. I'm glad you did that post. My bad on that one. I think the way he's grown throughout the season, I think he'll be the fit that you need, because Stafford and Adams more so, I think, leaning towards their way out, and Puka Nacua is going to stay there for a few more years, with that extension and things like that. And he could be with Ty Simpson for a few years. So I think he's the perfect fit for the Rams organization. McVay being that young coach, give me Ty. And I think he progressed fast with Stafford being there as a quarterback that he looked up to.
SEC Sean, the Baltimore Ravens. Their top needs are wide receiver, guard, and defensive line. Where they going at pick 14, homie?
Well, first off, am I like the official AFC North coordinator here?
Hey,
yes,
sir.
If it falls that I get the Steelers, I'm quitting. You can see a theme with my picks, what I've done so far. And you could go back to the final game of the season and see why I'm leaning this way. We've proven that a stout defense can carry you all the way to the top.
Yeah.
So if you think of Baltimore in the past, you think Baltimore's defense, right? Okay. We're going to stay with defense. And we're going to load up with who I looked at with the Bengals, and I'm going to put Hakeem Mesidor right here.
Ooh. They haven't had a nasty physical defensive, like, to me, I think that's a great pick. I think that's a an X factor of a pick, because think about the Ravens. I don't know why, if I'm tripping, if I'm slipping and I can't get up, but I can't think of the last time they really had a great pass rusher.
Let's bring up the homie T1 of City League TV. How you doing, brother?
What it do, post game? What it do, fellas? I ain't complaining. A little tired, but I'm all right.
How's it going? Good to see you in the building, City League TV.
Yes, sir. I wish I had to take a little nap, and I just saw y'all was on the party, so I had to pop up in here.
And shout out to City League, man. If y'all have not tuned in, man, make sure y'all tune in to City League TV on YouTube. He out there dropping bangers after bangers on the middle school level on a high school level, not just boys. He's dropping knowledge with the women's basketball as well. He even stepped into the OCC, ladies and gentlemen. So go make sure you tap into that with a great interview as well coming up, man. Shout out to you, everything you do. I'm sitting here with my badge, with my shirt on, and everything else, man. Just appreciate everything you do as well, man.
What's happening? What's happening? Appreciate it.
For sure. One take, this played out perfectly because you are a Buccaneer fan. So, with the 15th pick in the NFL draft, where you going on this? They need tight end, guard, edge, linebacker, and corner.
Yeah, we got pressing needs on defense. This should be a straight defensive draft for my Buccaneers. And with that thought, I'm gonna go with the defensive line. I was budding between Keldrick Falk and Cassius Howe. I ended up selecting Cassius Howe. The production is better out of Texas A&M. That's your boy, Sean. I like the production. The production's better. I like the size of Keldrick Falk a little more, but I lean more towards production. So I'm going to select Cassius Howe right here.
That's the knock you're going to get on Cassius Howe in the draft. He's not the biggest. He's a smaller, but dude's got a heart and he's got some speed to him.
Yeah. And that's one thing we couldn't do is get after the quarterback last year.
Yeah.
Excellent pick. I really like Cassius Howe. T1, the Jets are on the clock. They need a quarterback, wide receiver, defensive line, linebacker, corner. All of the above, basically. Where they going? The top available players are Jermod McCoy, the corner from Tennessee, Peter Woods, defensive lineman from Clemson, and Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver from Arizona State.
And in case you missed it, T, this will be the second pick for the Jets. So if you're curious what they are, we already took Arvell Reese to them.
Okay, y'all took Reese?
Yeah, yep. I took Arvell Reese. I picked Arvell Reese to the Jets. So I didn't want you to go, with another kind of same type player.
Okay. So, man.
He picked Sonny Styles, too. You can't pick him either, T1.
If they because I wouldn't. If is he still on the board?
Who?
Sonny Styles.
I said gone. I picked all the Ohio State players so that you and Zay would have to find somebody else to pick.
Yeah.
Hey, SEC Sean, I was trying to figure out what Buckeye could fit best with those positions. So
hey, but I sent Sonny Styles to the Browns.
Hey, I like that. I ain't mad. And since we couldn't get Tate, so I'd say go with that wide receiver. If they went defense with that next one, I'd say pick up that wide receiver right there.
Jordan Tyson from Arizona State goes 16th overall to the New York Jets, and I believe it's my turn to make a pick. 17th overall pick, the Detroit Lions. They need center, tackle, edge, and corner. Well, the best available player is the corner from Tennessee, Jermod McCoy. So I'm going to take him. The Detroit Lions get a first-round corner. All right, back to you, Moss. The 18th pick, the Minnesota Vikings on the clock. They need running back, center, defensive back. Top available players, Peter Woods, Keldrick Falk, Caleb Banks from Florida. Where are we going?
And you said running back, defensive back. What's the best?
So I can go RB. I'll break that down for you, homie. So we have Jadarian Price, Jonah Coleman, Emmett Johnson as the top 3 running backs available.
And then you said the defensive back position.
Yep, we can check DBs out too.
Because I know Minnesota got Jones at the running back position. I know they like they Notre Dame guys as well. And when you seeing a guy up there on the board like that, I don't think you could pass on him. You see, you touched him straight out of Clemson. I'm going with Terrell. I like him. Long, lengthy. I think he could definitely change the defense. And when you think about a guy like Harrison Smith, who's been there, a veteran, I think, when you not, I'm not gonna say handing over the torch, but when you learning and picking up from a veteran, a guy like Terrell could come in, his IQ, his skill set, he's played in big games throughout his career in Clemson. I think he'll be getting taught some great things from Smith. So I'm going with Terrell from Clemson. I've liked him from, years of watching him in Clemson.
Okay. SEC Shine. The Dallas Cowboys right back at it. 20th pick overall. They took the running back earlier out of Notre Dame. They need edge linebacker.
Carolina. Shouldn't it be Carolina?
I apologize.
I thought we skipped Carolina.
Wide receiver, the Carolina Panthers, wide receiver, defensive line, linebacker. Where they going on this one, homie?
This is a tough one here. Carolina kind of overachieved last year in my mind. I think Carolina actually goes different here. I think Carolina tries to build up that offensive line. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce the kid's name, but he's from Penn State.
Interior or tackle?
Interior lineman. What's his name? Olava Vagava Loan.
Let me see. I want to see if I can pronounce it, man. I can't see it big enough.
Well, I can tell you I can't. Sorry, Mr.
I like the challenges, man. Even though I don't get them right sometimes, I just like trying to challenge myself to learning their names. It'd be crazy.
One take, Zay. The Dallas Cowboys took Jeremiah Love earlier in the draft. They still need edge, linebacker, safety. Where are we going?
I actually think the Cowboys go cornerback right here. I think they take Jeremiah McCoy off the board.
I think he went already.
Did he?
Yeah, McCoy went already.
Okay.
These are the top ones.
I thought Jeremiah McCoy. See, if that guy is still there in 20, some of these teams is just gonna snatch him just because he's on the board. You get what I'm saying? So they don't need a corner as a desperate need. I think they could use a corner, but it's not a desperate need enough to draft one of those guys. That'd be a reach for one of those guys. Let's see. Cowboys right here at 20. We're gonna shoot with see, I'm a defensive guy, so we're gonna shoot with Peter Woods out of Clemson right here, a plugger in the middle.
Like that.
Excellent pick. T1 at 21. The Steelers. They need a quarterback, wide receiver, tackle, and any DB help. Where they going on this one, homie?
What we got best available?
The top three players are Keldrick Falk, the edge from Auburn, Caleb Banks, defensive lineman from Florida, and Denzel Boston, the wide receiver from Washington.
All right, and you say what team is picking? Pittsburgh?
Make Parlay Poe proud.
Man, I'm going to say that I'm going to say they need another Buckeye to clog up that middle and do some things out there to help out because Hayward on his way out. So if Old McDonald is right here for Pittsburgh, hey, they're going to take him.
Yes, sir.
But I think that he'll be gone by 20 once real life hits and they find out, how great of a run stopper he is and how he can also put that pressure on the quarterback. So and this is not me being a homer. This is me picking who I think, because, the Steelers really, really go hard on that defense. And when you have a player like Hayward who has, been holding that middle down for nearly 14, 15 years or something, I say it's a good pickup for the Steelers if McDonald is available right here.
Am I able to switch my pick?
No, you can't
Which
get
one?
him. He already off the board. It's like that.
No. The guy that I will pick right here is still on the board for the Cowboys.
Hey, remember?
Well,
this
no,
is
you don't get to do that. Do you know how many? Do you know how many reps? I mean, how many GMs and stuff make the pick and then say what you just said?
I got 10 seconds to think about my pick, T1. Come on,
Well,
man.
your pick was already. I thought your pick was already in. I thought
Hit that
your
draft
pick was
thing,
already
man.
in, bro.
He must be looking at.
Y'all know I'm gonna come on here and cause problems.
Here's the thing, though. This is just 1.0. I know we at least gonna get 3, 4, 5 more mocks in.
Which one are you talking about for your last pick?
He talking about the Cowboys. I can't switch it.
It's cool. I messed
Yeah,
up.
if we can't do that.
You good?
I messed
if
up
they
on
can't
that
do
one,
it in
guys.
hey, look, hold up. Y'all gotta give me a second. Because guess what? Guess how many GMs said I messed up on that? And they wish they
10
could get those
seconds and
picks
5
back.
minutes is
We're
different.
not gonna do that here at the
10
WTP
seconds
Sports
and
Dudes
5
either.
minutes is different.
Hey, it's
I don't wanna
hey.
hear that.
Once that pick is in, you can't go up to the commission and say, "Hey, let me get that jersey back, man." Come on, one take.
I'm writing them down. Who you thinking about? I'm just writing some of the ones we might have thought about. That's all.
Well, in actuality, right there, I would have went the safety out of Toledo.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the Chargers are on the clock at 22. They need center help. They need guard help. They need defensive line help. So I'm going to plug the Chargers with Caleb Banks, defensive lineman from Florida. Moss, pick 23.
Sure.
The Eagles on the clock. They need a tight end, guard, edge, corner. Where they going on this, homie?
A tight end, an edge, a guard, and a corner.
Yes, sir.
Can you pull up them corners for me real quick? Because I think I seen the guy that I spoke about a couple weeks ago to watch out for when it comes to this NFL draft on that defensive backside. And I think you looking at him, he's the top corner available, straight out of South Carolina, where one of his teammates, one of his boys, got him a Super Bowl ring. South Carolina, Brandon, go ahead and put that boy down for the Eagles. And I think Helmet DeJean would be a young secondary to kind of, get things back in that way for the Philadelphia Eagles in the years to come. I think there'll be two that stay there and keep that secondary intact in different ways, shutting down the field. So I'm gonna give them that cornerback straight out of South Carolina.
Okay. SEC shine. The Cleveland Browns look like they got the 24th pick via Jacksonville Jaguars. They need QB help, wide receiver help, guard help, tackle help.
Now we're gonna go ahead. We
Hold on. Who have you talked to that said they need QB help?
Yeah, I already mentioned that. I said that they got two young ones who need to figure that out before we draft another one.
Now, I don't think they need QB help,
No.
me personally, but this is what the mock draft is claiming.
Is that for the Browns?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it says the Browns need QB help, but you got two you drafted last year. Figure it out before you start drafting more and more. I mean, it don't make no sense. So we went defense with the first pick. We're going to flip it to the offensive side. I believe he's still available. Wide receiver out of Washington, Boston.
Denzel Boston is off the board at 24. Great pick.
All
right. You in the Midwest want to take the Chicago Bears at 25. They need D-line help. They need a linebacker and they need a safety. Where they going?
My guy is still on the board. McNeil Warren out of Toledo, but I really don't think he's a good fit in Chicago. So with that being said, I'll probably select give me Caleb Banks out of Florida, the one tech.
He already Caleb Banks went 22 to Chargers.
Damn, I gotta write man. I gotta write some of this stuff down, bro. 22?
Yep.
He went at 22. All right.
You know why you messing around, man.
Yeah, I had got up from my desk. I got the first 13. We'll go back through it in a second though, so I can write them down. Okay, well, I'm gonna just move on to my next defensive lineman on my board, which is Lee Hunter out of Texas Tech.
Lee Hunter out of Texas Tech.
Yes, sir.
Done deal. Great pick for the Chicago Bears. At 26, the Buffalo Bills on the clock. They claim they need a wide receiver, an edge, a linebacker, and DB help. T1. Where them Buffalo Bills going with this pick?
Hey, is that an edge player right there from Auburn up at the top? That Falk kid?
Yes, sir.
Who's the top available right now?
That would be your top available player.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put Falk in there then. I think that'd be a great pickup for him.
Excellent pick.
What's Brevin? Is Brevin Jackson still in the chat? Brevin Jackson 8112. We can ask him what he think on that. He been waiting for this Bills pick too. That's a good pick, T1.
Yeah, that's an excellent pick. So the 27th pick, the Niners are on the clock. They need a wide receiver, guard, edge, or a safety. But you know what, fellas? George Kittle is hurt. And there's no telling when he's going to be back. And he's already getting up there in age. I'm going to give the Niners Kenyon Sadiq, tight end, Oregon. Let's go.
I like that pick, yeah, because he's
not bad at all.
I've been
Moss.
Are we allowed to trade picks? Can I trade with Moss?
Absolutely. If y'all agree to.
What's on the board? Let's talk about it.
Well, no. I mean, this is my backup team where I'm from.
You want to trade draft position?
Yeah, I just want to trade draft position.
Let me see who the team is first. Let me see what team.
It's the Texans.
The Texans on the clock.
Who after the Texans?
The Rams.
Yeah. Because I already picked somebody for the Rams once. Let me see what I can do. Hit that draft, ding, Zay. It's a trade that just happened. But we could definitely make that switch for sure.
All right, SEC, you on the clock with the Texans, my man. They need a running back, center, guard, defensive lineman.
Nope, no running backs, no defensive lineman. Defense is fine. I need the best available offensive lineman. And I'm looking at either I like Freeling out of Georgia, and I like what's the kid from Bama, Caden Proctor.
Both are still available.
Yeah.
Give me Caden Proctor.
Something, Sean.
Give me Caden Proctor on the offensive line to help protect y'all's boy CJ.
Excellent pick. Moss, the LA Rams, they back on the clock, man. You went quarterback pretty early. They still need a tackle in the corner. Where we going on this pick, homie?
And when it comes to the best available tackle, I believe it's that kid out of Georgia.
Actually, Caleb
Lemieux. Utah, Lemieux. Man, when you get a quarterback, you got to get a tackle. So I'm going heavy on that load because I just think this Rams defense, for it to be young, where I think they've been built, and I think they're gonna make some things happen in free agency this year. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Lemieux out of Utah. Sampson, quarterback. I think that tackle out of Utah, if you put both of them together this year on the same team, you'll see something special. So I'm gonna put them together at the next level and watch they continue growth and success at the next level.
Excellent pick. One take, the 30th pick, the Denver Broncos on the clock. They claim Denver need a running back, tight end, center, or linebacker. Where you going with this pick, homie? I think you're on mute.
Oh, my bad. Scroll down for me real quick where the best available players is, please.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I missed some picks. All right, you good. You good. This is a tough pick right here for real. I think I'm gonna go offense though this time. I ain't been going offense at all. Defense wins championships. I'm still old school minded. No, I lied. I'm not going offense. I'm going defense. No, I lied. I'm going offense. I'm going offense, guys. Bear with me. I'm going offense. Hey,
you good.
Y'all might think this is a bit of a reach, but I don't. So I don't care. I'm actually going Jadarian Price right here.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going Jadarian Price right here.
Ooh.
I think they can use another running back.
You got to think. I think it's
short running backs.
I think it's a reach, but I think it's a good reach.
Yeah.
I think that's one of those calculated risks.
I think that's
an
excellent pick in the back end of the first round for a team like Denver, who has an excellent defense. They can really use a bell cow, and I think Jadarian Price offers just that. Any thoughts, fellas?
I would say the same thing. I definitely piggyback with that because you think his skill set, is so big. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball. I mean, his route running is tremendous, even out of the backfield when he line up. I think when it comes to his IQ, you could really put him in that backfield. You could put him anywhere on the field just to play the game of football. He'll excel, but having him in that backfield at an organization like Denver, if you really think about it, he's that perfect height for what they do in Denver. I think, getting that NFL offseason and training, man, I think he'll be great fit for Denver. I think it's a great fit, man.
Yeah, excellent pick. T1. The New England Patriots are on the clock, my man. They need a guard, a tackle, an edge, or a linebacker. Who are you giving the New England Patriots at 31?
Oh man. Give me the top. Give me what's the top rated guard, and I'm gonna go in another area with y'all on this too. I'm a surprise. Yeah, give me the top guard, and then give me the top wide receiver.
I like that.
The top wide receiver will be KC Concepcion, and the top guard.
Give me Concepcion. We're gonna try to see if we can get some more weapons on the outside. Because we believe that we can find some more defensive players and some interior linemen. So if they say that's what we wanted right now, we just think that Concepcion, we couldn't move on from him, and we think he'll add something to that offense.
Yeah, sure, firepower for sure. What you think about that SEC, Sean, not being one of your Texas A&M guys, going to a team like, that just came from being in the Super Bowl? What ways you think he could help that team in the Patriots organization at that position?
Oh, I mean, the kid's electric. I mean, getting the ball in space, return kicks, return punts. He's just an athlete. He's good. He's got good hands. Didn't have a lot of drops this year. I think that's a great landing spot for him with New England. I mean, New England's kind of up and coming. They got a young quarterback. Now you compare a receiver with him too, and we'll see where he goes. But I like him going to New England.
Excellent pick. I like Concepcion. The last pick of the first round, fellas, the Seattle Seahawks. They need a running back, a center guard, linebacker, and corner. The Super Bowl champions are on the clock, and
They need a lot.
Yeah, fresh off a Super Bowl win, right?
Right.
I'm going to give them I'm going to go C.J. Allen, linebacker out of Georgia, to end the first round.
I like that. I like that. Real quick, man, for T1 and Zay, either one of y'all could go first, man. Knowing how many of your Buckeyes went off this board, man, on that either offensive side, defensive side of the ball, seeing how they came off this board in the draft, what's your thoughts on that? Seeing where Tate went, we actually had Tate.
Hey, Moss. Before we do that, let's run down the first round so everybody know where everybody went. First overall, no surprises there. We took Fernando Mendoza. At 2 for the Jets, Arvell Reese. At 3 for the Cardinals, Francis M. out of Miami. At 4 for the Titans, I'm pretty sure Rob was happy about this. They get Carnell Tate, wide receiver from Ohio State. At 5, the New York Giants took Ty Lemon. At 6, the Cleveland Browns take Sonny Styles. At 7, the Commanders take David Bailey. At 8, the Saints take Spencer Fino. At 9, the Chiefs take Caleb Downs. At 10, the Bengals take Mansur Delane. At 11, the Dolphins take Ruben Bain. At 12, Jeremiah Love to the Cowboys. 13, the Rams take Ty Simpson. 14, the Ravens take Akeem Mesidor. 15, the Buccaneers get some defensive help with Cassius Howe. 16, their second pick in the first round, the Jets take Jordan Tyson. 17, Jermod McCoy to the Detroit Lions. Terrell, the corner from Clemson, goes next to the Vikings. The big guard from Penn State goes 19th to the Panthers. Defensive line help comes to the Dallas Cowboys at 20 with Peter Woods. The Pittsburgh Steelers get Big K. McDonald from Ohio State. What a run on defensive linemen. The Chargers take Caleb Banks next at 22. Brandon Cease at 23 to the Eagles. Denzel Boston goes to the Browns at 24. Lee Hunter goes at 25 to the Bears. Keldrick Falk goes 26 to the Bills. Kenyon Sadiq 27 to the Niners. At 28, the Texans take Caden Proctor. At 29, the Rams take Caleb Lemieux. At 30, the Broncos take Jadarian Price. The Patriots take Casey Concepcion at 31. And to round out the first round, the Seahawks take C.J. Allen, linebacker, Georgia. Go ahead, Moss.
Let's all say a quick prayer because Rob's going to be upset because no Texas players went in the first round, but 2 Aggies did. So just leave that out.
Man, I just wrote Hill at the side of my paper, the first name at linebacker. Like, wow, but this is what we do, man. My question was for, Zay and T1, man. Your Buckeyes is all across the board, as we see at different positions, hybrid positions as well. Arvell Reese, at the number 2 pick. I picked, Caleb Downs to go to Kansas City and change that defense. And even the outlook why, Mahomes hurt. You never know, they could start talking about Downs on the defensive side of the ball. He may get him, not to be funny, get him one of them catch-up deals. What's your thought about your Buckeyes going as high and where they went in this draft? What's your thoughts on those guys?
Hey, first of all, I ain't like 2 wide receivers going before Cleveland got a chance to pick. And also, Cleveland just picked up a linebacker last year, and he had a hell of a season. So I'm not all the way for sure about that pick right there, but I wouldn't be upset, but they still would have to be able to get some more firepower to go with that offense. And it looked like Denzel Boston out of Washington got picked up later in that first round, but I would hope that he'd be able to pan out and make that Sonny Styles pick look a little better if he was a step in there alongside that rookie from last year and, make that defense even more dynamic. But that defense is pretty good, Cleveland, and I'm not so sure that they will spend a first round draft pick defense.
Yeah, I mean, we got a chance definitely this year to have the third most first round picks ever. But when you look at it, like, damn, what a disappointment in the season, bro. Like, you got
Right.
5 number 1 picks on your defense. 5 number 1 picks on your team alone. Like, man, we just missed out on another natty. That's all it made me think about.
Yeah.
We just missed out on one, T1.
Yeah, for sure.
I said it. I mean, you said it all year long that was an Ohio State team was the by far most talented team I've seen. So I mean, I feel your pain, feeling like you lost out. That you got that many guys coming off, and it's not like you're getting like 3 offensive linemen in the first round. Like this is all over the field. This is all levels of the field that are getting taken. So
sad.
It's just crazy to me, but it just is a testament to the program that's there, in the development of the young players and the players. Just the way they develop them.
Yeah. Just a quick question for you post game. Seeing where Love went in our mock draft, going to America's team. I know we, big on America's team here throughout our time because we know the talent that they have, the things that they could do. If you're Jeremiah Love and you come to an organization like the Dallas Cowboys, what is your mindset? What can you do, Jeremiah Love? No disrespect. I'm talking to you like you're Jeremiah Love. What can you do and bring to this organization to make things better for what we do here in Dallas?
Well, I think if Jeremiah Love ends up in Dallas, I think it would be an excellent pick. That offense, that style of play, Jeremiah Love being a home run hitter, a guy who can run the ball and catch the ball out the backfield and can take it to the house on one play. You add that with CD Lamb, and I don't know if they're going to resign the other wide receiver. His name slips my mind right now. What's his name? The other wide receiver opposite of CD Lamb.
From Pittsburgh that just came in?
No, from Dallas.
Turpin. It's not Turpin. It's another guy.
No, the other guy. Anyway, if you pair Jeremiah Love with that quarterback and Dak Prescott, those wide receivers outside, super explosive offense, my man. I think that would be an excellent landing spot for Jeremiah Love, and he gonna bring some juice to that backfield because Williams was nice last season, but he doesn't have the kind of explosiveness that a Jeremiah Love would bring to that team. So if he falls to the Dallas Cowboys, I think it's a no-brainer pick.
Were you talking about Pickens?
George Pickens.
George Pickens.
Yes, sir. Y'all got anything else?
That's crazy because I think they should, like, I don't know, seeing George Pickens and Lamb together, man, when you got luck, like I don't know, like if a lot of players I think would go look at what Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison and what Reggie Wayne would do, post game already know what I'm talking about, man. Like I think that's when you seen football at a different height. He really went and worked out with those guys. I think if quarterbacks could go do that, not saying that they don't, if they could go take a picture and go see the amount of time they really spent doing those things, it was like a walk in the park. I think if some teams do that, you could see them going on one of those offensive tears in their defense plan. They may give up points throughout the season in games, but you're gonna see that defense shine in ways that you was like, man, I didn't see this. But when your offense is playing, the things is clicking in different ways, and I just would love to see that in Dallas. Just saying, because we know what it could possibly be, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Nothing against the two kids, but I find it a little odd that the two running backs that came were both from Notre Dame in the first round.
Yeah.
That's just a little weak. I mean, like I said, nothing against them. They're both deserving of it. Don't get me wrong, but it's just you normally don't see two running backs off one team go in the first round of the draft because they had to split time or whatever.
Yep.
So
if you think, man, when was the last time we seen this? I think
It had to be Bama.
It had to be.
Yep.
Derrick Henry, maybe the year with Derrick Henry and one of them others.
The
only other one I can think was, what about the two kids from Arkansas back in the day?
Felix Jones and
Darren McFadden.
And then it was Cadillac Williams and Ronnie Brown.
Yeah, from Auburn.
Yeah. So that is really interesting, especially at the running back position.
Yeah.
And I'm curious. I liked your pick there, Zaya, with the kid from Tennessee, the cornerback McCoy. I'm wondering if teams are going to be iffy with him because he missed all of last year recovering from the ACL.
I don't think I picked McCoy. Somebody picked him.
No, that was
I tried. Okay.
Yeah, that was my pick.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe Zay was trying to clone him and bring him in twice. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I missed that pick when he came off the board.
But that's one thing that I'm wondering if teams are gonna hold that by missing a whole year. But I don't know.
I think if he tests well, he'll be all right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think he'll be fine. I mean, it's been a full year, so I think he'll be fine.
Because Tennessee had two corners out for the year, correct? How good would they have been?
Yes, and one of them, they had two out for the year. One went to the draft, and one is at Texas A&M now. I think he transferred over to A&M. They also had a sophomore who's draft eligible. And I'm trying to look up his name real quick. If you give me a second.
Oh, okay, that's Colton Hood.
Yeah, Colton Hood.
When you was talking about that running back duo, I had to look it up, man. You made me think about it as well, because there's some pretty good duos, like you said, Darren McFadden, Felix Jones. You had the Reggie Bush, Lindell White. Then you had the Ronnie Brown, Cadillac Williams. Man, when you think about this,
yeah, but we're all those tandems drafted in the first round.
Yeah, they was drafted in the first round.
Oh, okay. I didn't think Lindell.
That's what I had looked up just to see. Like, it's crazy because if you think of both of these running backs, I think they could be, just something special because they just that skill. You got running back that could definitely do it all. You got another one that's skilled at what he do, and he brings something special. And I'm still thinking about that spin move to the end zone. Crazy, but you know what I mean? Like, you think about what they could do at the next level when they get that skill set. And I think, this is, if we think about things, this is a year where college, football, college basketball, college sports in general has been on a different landscape, and the women's sports within itself. So I think it's something to look at, because you could be looking at things 5 years from now, like, man, we talked about it, but I think there's something to look at. They could possibly both go in the first round and be successful for their teams for some years to come.
That's for sure. Any other closing thoughts before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just got one question for everybody. I just want everybody to name one guy that didn't get selected in the first round they feel like will go in the first round.
Think of one. My Buckeyes went.
T-Lon's silly.
But I'm just thinking what Buckeye didn't make it in the first round.
No, I feel you. Everyone you talked about went. Like everyone you talked about went.
Let's see who didn't get drafted.
I would say Hill from out of Texas, the linebacker.
Oh well, we didn't. I don't think T.J. Parker from Clemson got drafted.
Yeah, thought I seen Hill on the board when it came up.
Hey, but if we can't get nothing off of that question, we can just reverse it and say who got picked in the first that you think won't get picked in the first round when it really go down.
Zion Young is a possible guy who can sneak in the first round. The defensive end from Missouri. Anthony Hill, the linebacker from Texas, is a guy who might sneak in at the back end. R. Mason Thomas, heck of a pass rusher.
Chris Bell.
What about the tight end out of Vandy?
Eli Stowers.
Eli Stowers could sneak in. You think? Yeah, I think he's more of a second round guy, but it's pretty dynamic tight end.
I was shocked Monroe Freeland didn't go.
Yeah. The safety out of Oregon didn't go either.
Nope.
Yeah, my one guy that I had in my mind, he's actually my third receiver, Chris Brazell out of Tennessee. He's my third ranked receiver on the board out of all the receivers this year.
Yeah, that kid's God, he's nasty.
Yeah. Well, it was Anthony Hill. That's what I was looking at. I was surprised.
So who you have him? What's your top three receivers?
I'm going to Tate, Lemon, and I'm going Brazell.
Gotcha. Any other closing thoughts before we wrap up?
I'm gonna go on the reverse end of that question, and I'm gonna say they're gonna free up a spot for somebody with that Ty Simpson draft. I don't think you're gonna make it.
Yeah, I don't think Ty Simpson goes in the first round. I think your quarterbacks are going to be Mendoza and then a gap to. I think Nussmeier's the second quarterback off the board.
I like Noose is my guy. Don't get me wrong, I like Noose. I look at it like this, man. Seeing Ty Simpson, we got a freshman sample. How old is this man? I just think of the ceiling with Simpson. I just look at the ceiling. Like, I would have been a fool to pick Simpson at the number one pick. People would have looked at me like I'm crazy. They'd have been terrorizing me on the streets, possibly. But I mean, Ty Simpson's ceiling is crazy high, man. I think once this kid gets his due, I think, nothing against Nussmeier. I just think that having that ceiling, you 6'5", you 6'5", you the prototype quarterback. You at that height to where you can grow and continue to work on your game and get better. We've seen the skill on a freshman sample plate. So just imagine if Ty Simpson came and graced us one more year of college football at Alabama with what they have coming in. Just think of what he could do for college football, let alone a whole season of that and then going to the NFL. I like Ty Simpson. I like Noose. I'm not too much of a Mendoza fan, but I picked him number one. I do want to see what he do because, he might shock my eyes and become that quarterback that we didn't think he could be.
I don't think Simpson will be taken in the first round, but I will say this. After the first few weeks, or maybe up until like week 5 or 6, maybe, I had him as my Heisman favorite. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. The quarterback, I always say keep your eyes on in this whole draft process. That's Mr. Sawyer Robertson out of Baylor. Anybody got anything else before we get out of here?
Real quick, I like what T-Juan asked with the question because I was looking at the pick that they got their guy in Tennessee with Carnell Tate. And, I've been watching a lot of things about him and his talks. I think we about to see something. I know what Calvin Johnson was like. Go look at Carnell Tate's height. Go look at his stature. Go look at his work ethic. and what he's been doing in the weight room. I think we're about to see something Calvin Johnson-esque once he hit this NFL stage. I think we need to get ready because we know what they call OSU. They call it wide receiver U. I think Carnell Tate is prototype, ready for the NFL. I think he could have went and played on Sundays this past season instead of having a college uniform on. I just think he's that good and ready. So I just think he's going to be special at that next level. I think if the Titans get Carnell Tate, I think Cam Ward will have a great, phenomenal season with that young kid.
I agree with you. Only thing I want to add is I think this is a receiver-heavy draft. I think it's 5 guys we're going to see go in the first round. And to name all 5, I'm going to go Tate, Lemon, Brazil, Tyson, and Denzel Boston. I think all 5 of them guys are first-round receivers. And then I think KC is going to go right in the top part of that second round. But I don't think he's really a first-round receiver just because I think he's primarily going to be a special teams player his first year and not like a key cog in the offense on his first year.
You want to comp KC Concepcion comp to who he comps to in my mind? Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk is a journeyman.
But that's what his stature and like starting out is what Christian Kirk was doing more of the special teams and stuff. And that's the same comp I get from KC Concepcion.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm gonna add another wide receiver who's been shooting up the draft boards that can sneak up in the back end of the first round, and that's Malachi Fields out of Notre Dame. That dude is a freak, and if you watch the Senior Bowl, I believe he made tons of plays, and he's been sneaking up the board. So I agree. There's a ton of receivers that can definitely go in the first round. Anybody got anything else?
Just wanted to correct myself on the name Brandon Sis out of South Carolina because I talked about him before.
Still, you want me to correct you?
Talk to me.
It's Brandon Cisse.
Cisse, thank you. I'm glad you corrected me because it's a nice name, but that's crafty.
He's a hell of a player. Dude,
a heck of a player, man. I think if you really think about South Carolina, they've been building a factory on that defensive side, sending players to the NFL, over the years. And I think these last few years they definitely are standing out on that side of the ball, particularly at that position.
we need to remember the order we went into.
Yeah.
So when we do it next time, we flip up the order so everybody gets different teams.
Oh no. We're just gonna randomly do it.
Yeah, we can mess around. We can mess around and put a little team. It'll be possible that we'll be to put a team together with different picks. I like it.
Yeah, that's easy. It went Moss, SEC, and Zay, and then myself. So hopefully next time we do it, Rob will be in the mix, or one of the other guys will be in the mix. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channels. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. We had a ball doing our first mock draft of the year, and we're going to be doing plenty of those coming up.
Just remember, Mel Kiper got nothing on us.
Zero.
Listen, this is what we do, man. We love what we do. We seen our picks last year, man. They coming out. They looking good. Can't wait till these ones come out. I don't know, man. Just make sure y'all stay locked in, man. Tune in to all the channels. One Take Zay, I seen you drop another one. I definitely hit that like button. Post, keep dropping them. SEC Shine. We see you working harder than a construction man with 10 hats on in the crew, telling them to fix the lights when the electricity go out in the city. Keep doing what you do, man. I know you got busy things going on.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Who on that Laker hoodie?
Come on, man. Hey,
man, I need that up off for you, my boy.
Come on, man.
Listen. Up for you, man. I'm about to
Listen, man. Listen.
I'm about to cash up you, my brother.
Come on, man. It's basketball season, man. Y'all gotta stay tuned there, man. This is what we do, man. Check out the Instagram, Level Up Sports 10, man. Check out the Facebook group page. We got the WTP Sports page, man. Post anything y'all want. I apologize about being late on approving some of the posts. Tap in the post game 86, man. When I say he dropped bombs on that post 86 page, when I say I don't know, it's like a nuke. You just got to tap in, listen to it. SEC Shine is a hog when it comes to the NASCAR. We appreciate everything y'all do and y'all tune in to us. We love what we do. Make sure y'all tap in, send them super chats in so we could get your comment up here fast, quick, and in a hurry and chime it up with you. So make sure you're leaving them comments in there too, man, and tune in to all the channels at the bottom. You've seen at WTP for Life. I'm at Level Up Sports 10 Mossberg. You see Parlay Poet Blissberg podcast, Post Game 86 up there, straight from South Bend, in there. And then we got City League TV. He's on Facebook. He's live as well. One Take Zay is in the building. SEC Sean, he's on YouTube as well. All the names is on YouTube. And who's enjoying himself with his guys doing what we do and bringing us here for what he brought us here for, man. We appreciate you, man. It's always love.
And as we always do,
peace. Like and subscribe, man. Love y'all brothers, man.